Ready, go.
When it first started, it was three longtime friends who wanted to create a show that had incorporated some of the things they were most excited about.
We're using music, comedy, visuals, science, mixing it all together.
So that's how we created this variety show.
Put your phone away for a minute and enjoy celebrating life with these perfect strangers who are in the theater around you.
The Blue Man Group is a comedy, music and dance party blending elements of technology, multimedia devices and performing arts in their show. Performing around 3,600 shows over the years, the Blue Man Group keeps surprising the audience. In 2016, the group are coming to Guangzhou as the first stop of their China tour. Under the heat wave, bringing temperatures of over 35 degrees Celsius, the three blue men posed for photographs with their fans in front of Guangzhou Landmark. This October, this global phenomenon will blow Guangzhou's audiences away with 16 energetic shows scheduled. On today's FaceTime, let's welcome Meridian, the captain of the Blue Man Group, to tell us the secrets behind Blue Man's success, what maintains the fame and popularity of the Blue Man Group for 25 years, and what surprises they will bring to Chinese audiences. Let's find out.
Meridian, welcome to FaceTime. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you, great to be here.
On this show, I've talked to a lot of different people from all different walks of life, but this is the first time that I've talked to someone who spends most of their time being blue. So, you know, it's something new every day. Can you tell us, how did this concept of being blue come about?
The show, we're now on our 25th anniversary this year.
Quarter of a century.
Yeah, which is very, very exciting. When it first started, it was three longtime friends who wanted to create a show that had incorporated some of the things they were most excited about, which was different influences from the art world, different influences, musical influences from rock and roll, and just sort of filtered through their own unique take on all of those things and finding a way to use those elements, music and technology and laughter, to create an experience for an audience of ecstatic celebration of life and connection with each other.
Sometimes when we look at where Blue Man Group has gone, you know, with shows around the country, we just sort of scratch our heads when we think especially about how we started. You know, basically just, you know, the three of us saying, why don't we get bald and blue and do stuff.
I think one of the very first things we did, in my memory, was take all the furniture in their living room and chuck it out the window so we could have a place to build things.
That's right. And one of the second things we did was build some drums. I think we just instinctively knew that we needed some drums. That was just a feeling that we had.
We knew we wanted to have an element of the show that was primal and tribal. How can you be a drummer and be creative and artistic? Well, it turns out the Blue Man character showed us the way.
We were inspired by painters like Jackson Pollock, who used paint in an abstract way to express their inner emotional states. We learned that we could use paint while making music in a similar way.
We also look back at the early 20th century, the vaudeville players, for inspiration.
We felt that we needed to turn to the vaudevillians to see what they did because, like us, they didn't have a plot. It's a variety show, really.
Now, I'm sure the show today is different to what it was 25 years ago. Can you talk us through some of the evolution of the show?
Yeah, the show has always been about connection and celebration, but the way we do that has definitely evolved over time. The Blue Man character himself, as well as Blue Man Group as a theatrical company, we are very curious about the culture around us. We're curious about people around us. And so as the culture evolves, so too must we. We're always finding new and interesting things to respond to in the world around us.
Do you have like pop culture references in the show?
Some, yeah. And you know, not necessarily from the entertainment industry, but for example, in our show, we sort of reference phone culture, smartphone culture, or tablet culture that's evolved. We have these, you know, hilarious giant tablets in the show that we play around with, and I mean that's a perfect example of how that, you know, is a relatively recent addition to the show, and definitely a response to something we all know is happening in the world right now. Yeah.
Now I want to talk for a moment about the themes in the show, because I know it's an awesome, fun show. I know that the slogan is "Experience Awesome," but there are some deeper meanings behind some of what you do. So can you talk us through that?
We just all share so much in common. I've seen this show performed in countries where they don't speak English. In South America, I've seen it performed all over the place. And the thing that always, I mean, I'm not surprised by it anymore because it always seems to happen, is how much people always gravitate towards it and go through that experience and love having a show that breaks down the sort of fourth wall of the stage and comes out into the audience and welcomes them into the experience, as opposed to, you know, we live in such a sort of televised world right now where it's really easy to sit back and watch something or kind of half watch something, but this show really is about feeling a part of something and being in touch with that part of you that wants to be part of something and that wants to connect with other people and put your phone away for a minute and enjoy celebrating life with these perfect strangers who are in the theater around you. And that happens every night during our show.
Although the content of the Blue Man Group is fresh and updated, the awesome experience created by the show has always had the constant goal to satisfy the basic human instinct of being connected through hilarity, energy, eccentricity, and absurdity.
Now expand your movement exploration to include other parts of your body.
With these live experiences, the audience have been reborn, free from the inherent thoughts about theatre. Such a kind of performance, dance, music and theatre differentiates itself from the serious culture and at the same time analyses popular trends.
Now the show is celebrating 25 years. What took you so long to get here to China? I mean, I know that you've been to Asia before.
Yeah.
You actually come to Asia quite a lot. I mean, but why did it take you so long to get here to mainland China?
I don't know. We've wanted to come here for a long time, and obviously to bring a show as complex as ours that has as many sort of intricate special effects and technology and video takes quite a while to work out the logistics of it, and also just because we have, you know, so many creative impulses in the company, we just can't do them all at once. So, but we're very happy that we are finally here, and couldn't be more excited to be coming here.
Well, we're very happy that you're here as well. Why did you choose Guangzhou as the first stop on the tour?
It seemed like a great place to come. It's sort of, my impression of it being here is that it's somewhere, it's maybe a little more accessible than Beijing, maybe a good place for us to land and introduce ourselves to the people here. And I think that's played out in our appearances around Guangzhou in the last couple of days, where people have just been overwhelmingly curious about us and welcoming of us. And so I think it's the perfect choice for us to come here and meet China in here. I think it's going to be great.
Well, I was here in the press conference, and it seems like China loves you because, you know, sometimes in these press conferences it's hard to get people excited, especially people from the media who come to these press conferences all the time, but today you really delivered something different and awesome. So I can imagine they're all going to go back and write amazing articles and...
I hope so. That'd be great.
So you've had a couple of days to explore this amazing city. What has the reaction from the Blue Man Group been towards Cantonese people and the place itself?
We've been extremely excited about the reaction being in these different places. We didn't know what to expect. You know, none of us playing the character here have ever been here before. So we didn't know if people were gonna like run for the hills when they saw these Blue Men coming, or you know, if they were going to be really shy around us, or you know, if we would just get weird stares like, what is going on here? None of that was the case. It'd be a little bit of like, what is this? But almost immediately, everyone got really excited and was running around. We had crowds around us. You could see in that video earlier, you know, people wanted to take a photo, people wanting to know what we're about, and that's been so exciting for us to see. Is just how much people are curious about us, as curious about us as we are about them, and that's, I think, that's just so exciting for us.
What's your favourite thing been so far?
We did a performance just across the street at the Children's Palace yesterday.
Oh, cool, nice.
Interacting with a group of 50 kids and their parents who were in the room. But also, as we sort of came through the Children's Palace to get to this classroom, all these other people started following us. So we just had this, we just had this massive group of children in the room with us, and it was so beautiful watching the kids react to us, the parents wanting to, you know, take photos with us, including the crew who were with us. They were just excited to have for what we were all bringing, and it was just really, really special.
The Blue Man Group is not content with only performing on the stage. They now hope to enter into people's lives, connect with the public through exaggerated body language, and be active in every aspect. Guangzhou has always been a city of cultural inclusiveness, and perhaps because of that, it has become the first stop of their China tour. Therefore, more attention and acceptance will be received by the group. With regards to new things and people, Cantonese enjoy an adventurous mind instead of being conservative. Under such an environment, the Blue Man Group, newcomers in town, have a different impression towards China, and the local people are also becoming interested in their unique performance.
You know, watching you guys on stage and I saw the blue costume, I initially thought it was like body paint, but it doesn't look like it's body paint. What is it, and what is it made out of? Is it easy to get in and easy to get out of?
It's a process for sure to get in and out of. It's very messy, as you can see. It stays wet constantly, so it kind of gets everywhere. But you know, that's part of the character. We like to get down and dirty with things. You know, we like to make a mess and create art, and you know, cover things in paint and.
Do you leave a trail wherever you go? Like, is it hard to book a hotel because if they know, oh, the Blue Man Group, no, we're gonna have to change all the sheets and change the carpet?
Well, luckily we don't wear it home with us, so we don't usually destroy the hotel too much. But yeah, we do tend to, you know, have to cleanse the dressing room after we go a little bit.
The costume might be quite popular amongst the ladies as well. So have you ever worn it outside of performing?
No. Yeah, we like to keep it, there's something about the character that, because we're sort of anonymous in it, it helps us to connect with everybody, you know what I mean? So that it's not about us when we're performing, it's really about the audience, it's really about what we're sharing with them.
Is that also why you don't speak during the show? Because does that make it more universally acceptable?
Yeah, very, very much so. And I think it points to one of the great things about the show, that you don't need language to connect in the ways that we're trying to connect. It's something deeper and more universal than language. The show is putting us all in touch with those things we all share, no matter where you're from, no matter what age you are. We all have that sort of desire to connect and that desire to have a joyful experience of life. And I think that's what the show that's the experience that the show creates with the audience.
Now you've been doing it for such a long time, has there ever been like a copycat group that's seen your success and tried to emulate it?
We have a lot of fans who have gone to great length and built their own. For example, we have these instruments in the show made out of PVC pipe that we tune to different notes and we play songs on them. We have fans who have gone to great lengths and experimented and built their own perfect imitation of the pipes we have in the show, and have learned to play them quite well. They feel so connected to the show, and I think grateful to the feeling that they experience while watching the show, and they want to sort of get into it and figure out what it's about, and you know, kind of experience it firsthand what we do. So to me, I think it's a wonderful thing. You know, that old expression, the imitation is the purest form of flattery, or whatever that expression is, something like that. And I think that's the case. The show is an experience, and people want to deepen their own experience with it. So I think it's a natural thing for people to want to be a bigger part of it.
And it is rare that people hold on to success for such a long period of time, especially 25 years. And nowadays it seems like people get catapulted into stardom, you know, instantly by all these talent shows and all the competitions. What do you think about these people that sort of get to where you are after you've, you know, flogged it out for 25 years overnight? Do you think, you know, things have changed, and do you see that as a good thing or a bad thing?
I think in its purest form, celebrity, stardom, renown of any sort comes from, ideally, it comes from creating something that people want to connect with, that people want more of. You know what I mean? And so, you know, if that comes through a television program where that sort of happens quite quickly, great, you know. But for us, it came about more organically with really, you know, none of us that play the character are famous. The character is famous because the character is genuinely trying to connect with the people around him. And I think that creates a lasting, sustainable fame or popularity. But I think really it's just a relationship that Blue Man Group and the Blue Man character has created with the people who come to see the show. And they want more of that. They come back to see the show again, you know? So it's not good or bad, it's just...
It is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah.
Wow. Okay, so this might be the perfect time to ask the final question. If I want to become one of these guys and be a Blue Man, what do I have to do?
You have to have great acting skills, great drumming skills, and be able to connect with people.
All right. Well, we're having a bit of an intense connection here now with this eye contact. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on FaceTime, and thank you guys for making an appearance as well. It's nice to meet you. Okay.
I'll shake with you.
Okay, I'll shake your hand. All right.
Here's how we Blue Man connect.
Oh, am I blue now?
You're a bit blue.
I'm a little bit of a blue man?
Yeah, you're on your way.
I'm honoured. Thank you very much.
All right, well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you. They're going to take me away now.
All right.
Thank you.